The properties of the materials is the characteristics of the all materials, and this characteristics is divided into items, the mechanical properties and the physical properties. The mechanical properties describe how the material support applied force, including force of tension, compression, impact, cycling fatigue, or force at high temperatures. One characteristic of the mechanical properties is the tone. The tones is the property of certain materials stand without deforming or breaking sudden effort that apply to them. For example, this pencil. This pencil supports some force in this.
Hi, my name is Victor Alvarez. Elasticity, the ability of some materials to regain his form are disabled once the deforming force. This is a material elasticity. Hardness. Hardness opposing the fracture a body left a scratch of penetration others. This is a material hardness. Opposite a penetration. And opposite a scratch. Fragility. Fragility is the property of materials that break into pieces when the force hits optimum. This is a material fragility. Plasticity, ability of materials to retain its new form on deformation. This is a material plasticity. Thank you.
Physical properties are the characteristics what we can observe in a material. In other words, describe the material. The physical properties are often characterized as intensive and extensive properties. Intensive properties not depend on the amount of the matter. It is categorized in other ranges like color, material, odor of the material, luster, what is the thickness of the material. For example, here I have a metal piece and gold coin. The metal piece is black color and its odor is metallic, and the gold coin is a golden color and its odor is different to the metal piece. With respect to the luster, the gold coin is brighter than the metal piece. The qualities of the material is different into each one.
The other physical properties are malleability. Malleability is the ability of a substance to be divided into the sheets. Ductility. Ductility is the ability of the substance to be drawn into the wires. Conductivity is the ability of a substance of the allow the flow the electricity of energy.
Boiling point. When we talk about boiling point, we refer to the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a liquid is equal to the pressure on the liquid. It means that the liquid is getting the same properties when it is in its gas state. For example, when we heat water at 100 Celsius degrees, it starts to boil. Density. We define density as the proportion of the mass of a substance divided by its volume. For example, the density of a metal is much bigger than the density of a liquid. Extensive properties. The extensive properties are those which depend on the amount of the matter present in the substance. The example of these are the mass and the weight. The mass is the measure of the amount of the matter in an object. There are a lot of measurements to measure the mass, but the more common and the most used is the kilogram. Another measurement is the pound. Weight. Weight is the measure of the gravitational force of attraction of the Earth acting on an object. The weight is often confused with the mass, but we have to keep in mind that the weight do not depend only by the mass, it also depends on the gravity. An object may have mass in the space, although it may not have a weight because there is no gravitational force acting on it. Yeah.
The volume is a scalar extension for a three-dimensional space. It's a measurement of length and of physical point of view. The bodies occupy a place in the space. For the volume are three different categories, and it is divided into number one, the solid volume. Solid volume is the place that it is occupied for a body. Number two, the liquid solid, the liquid volume that is occupied the liquid into volume container. And the number three is the volume aggregate, that is the measurement that occupies for a crops. In the international system units, the volume has a measurement of a cubic meter. For example, in different volumes, we find, for example, a cup of birthday is a cone. The light bulb is a cylinder. For example, the football is a sphere, and the donut of Homer is a torus. The chemical properties is determined with the reaction of the oxygen and hydrogen. For example, the most important chemical reaction are the flammability. Is the ability of a body when it's exposed to the flame, it is set fire. For example, when I have a piece of paper and it is exposed to the flame, it is automatically to set fire. I make the example. It is the flame and it is the piece of paper. When it's exposed, automatically you can see is set fire. And now the second chemical properties is the reactivity. Is when two substances create a reaction together. For example, to make a bubbles, produce a sound, change a color, and produce heat. For example, I have one Alka-Seltzer and water glaze. When I put the Alka-Seltzer into water glaze, he is produced automatically a effervescent reaction, produce sounds, and you can see that it produce bubbles.